Turkey Tom, who I'm told is fresh off a victory at the most recent UFC event.
Let's go.
I'm proud of you. You're looking
Thank
big.
you, I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I've been really working on my physique, and he tested me. He tested a young white boy. He didn't know I had hands like that. He didn't know I had black friends who taught me how to fight, and he found out.
Yeah. Leo, do you have a lot of black friends? Do you lead with that?
I only have black friends. I refuse to be friends with white people. They actually are mad that I'm on this show right now, but I said that I said you guys repped, the hood and the culture and stuff.
So why was 100%
Anakin? Except you win with the low ground.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking. The thing is, he's a bigger guy too. He's a bigger guy, but I think he was on meth or something. You never know with these kinds of people. But the biggest problem was when Trump came out, I clapped and he didn't clap. He said that he had a problem with me clapping. I'm not even a Trump supporter, but I just thought he had some swag in that moment, so I was clapping. And because I was a true American patriot, he had to come after me, get very upset. Yeah. And
dude's about to learn.
You can see he's a lot. He's a lot bigger than me. He's a lot bigger than me. I'm 5'10", he's like 6'2".
He's on the step above you.
He's at least one step above. Yeah.
Look at that. And
you had so much power. There was recoil.
Come here, you.
Yeah, my punch was so powerful. I went.
What you want some too, chin beard? Come here.
Yeah, exactly. My hat comes off.
I got a hat
for everybody. You got to go unhinged. When the hat comes off, I'm in a different state. I'm primal.
Yeah, play the part.
There's another video.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
Whoops.
Yeah, there you go.
It rolls downhill. I'm told.
Dude, that ninja roll was a bad call, huh?
I don't think that was an intentional.
He tried to go Ninja Turtle on me, but
yeah, he saw
I'm prepared to deal with Asian culture as a black man. So
what was he yelling at you right in your face?
He just kept calling me the N-word, weirdly enough, which is strange. I found it very racist.
He thought it was Xbox. I've been there.
He thought it would scare me. He thought I would be scared, but I know it's 2024. You get canceled for that kind of thing, and I had to cancel him with my fist, obviously.
Yeah.
Well done.
Dude, well, that's great. You're a real hero. And if anyone else ever comes forward and says that was them in that video, we know that we can announce them as liars.
That's a false allegation.
Valor stealers, because that's you. That's you taking on that guy. Man, that's so embarrassing to be that much bigger than a guy and have you get an extra foot because you're in the stand above him, and then to make that much of an absolute goose of yourself in front of the public. It's just
turns out hands down, chin up is not a great fighting stance.
You're right.
No.
You're right.
He had too many tattoos. If I see somebody who's all tattoos, I'm like, what's this guy's game? Overcompensation much? I see a guy who has like a couple of tasteful tattoos. An eagle, an iron cross, SS. Just a couple little ones.
Yeah, Super Saiyan fans, right?
Tough. That guy's someone to be respected.
Yeah, my black sun is on my back, so you can't see it right now. But the Son and Rad is back there, and it's beckoning. That's why I'm called the Ancient One. It's basically when I fight, I go into a sort of Hyperborean state. It brings me back. Just lots of Germanic ancestry calling to me, and
I'm a moron. I felt the power on your back, like a picture of a fetus. What is on your back exactly?
It's a Sonnenrad. It's like a nice ancient rune. It's just a whole. It's not like a racist thing. It's just like a Celtic ancestry thing.
It's just for fun.
Yeah. It may have been co-opted by some bad actors once or twice, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
I want to change the topic though and talk a little bit about UFC because Woody, I hate to admit it, but I think Islam Makhachev might be the greatest of all time. I'm pretty sure, and if he ties or beats Anderson Silva's defense record of 16, which he's probably 4 away on, something like that, then he is the GOAT. I love John Jones. I'm the biggest John Jones defender, but I just think Islam has taken out more extensive competition in a smaller amount of time in a more difficult era. And he's been more active recently.
You'll see a lot of people from the lower weight class.
Sure. You got two of Makhachev's most recent victories over a 145er, but still, I think he's the greatest of all time just because the people he's taken out, the way he's taken them out, how he's taken all comers. I hate his fucking guts. He's popped for PEDs before early in his career. But I just,
I'm sure he's all clean now that he's at the peak of his function. Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know if it's safe to assume that the best of the best have some sort of advanced program that they're doing because you would just think the truth would come out somehow or another, but maybe not. Maybe they're all on something. I don't think they're on just testosterone or like the standard, like across the board, just make you better type shit. I think they're probably on some sort of growth hormone mixed with things like things that give you better cardio. So blood doping and shit like that. Maybe even I don't know if they test the blood platelets to see if someone has an overabundance of red cells.
And when they test it, the thing is, if you train in like Las Vegas, you get tested really hard. But people would often like go to Thailand to train, and there are training there, but they're just juicing the fuck up because the testers don't typically fly out and find you in Thailand. So when I learned that the greatest of all time trains out of Dagestan, is that right?
Dagestan, Russia.
I was worried about my pronunciation. Then I'm like, I wonder how stringent USADA or whatever it is now, cicada or something, gets over into Dagestan and tests.
You want to hear the latest out of Dagestan, Russia? You're gonna love this, Taylor.
Yes.
So very anti-gay over there. It's already Russia, but this is like Muslim Russia, so it's like doubly fucking conservative.
Oh, they hate that.
They look like
hate it. They have this undercover program where they've had like men go online and pretend like they're gay to lure gay men, and then they have sex with the gay men on hidden camera and arrest the gay men. And it's just like that South Park bit where the cop is going undercover and he's like shitting out the cum into a bag.
You're giving my asshole quite a stretch. And then they come in and get him.
What are you kids thinking? Some of you didn't even use condoms.
Yes.
This is a real thing they're doing, Kyle? This isn't made up?
Yes, this is not made up.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, guys, you know how much we all hate gays, right? Well, I've got a plan to catch them. And none of you are going to like it, but I'm willing to put my,
what is the punishment?
You're going to put your ass on the line?
Yeah, I'm going to put my ass on the line.
I don't know what the punishment for homosexuality is in Dagestan, Russia. Probably a slap on the cock or something, but it's probably pretty serious.
130 more and we're talking.
Somewhere between here, where they give you the key to the city for having gay sex, and Saudi Arabia, where they throw you off a building. Somewhere between there is what they're doing, I would imagine.
We all got together and watched that pay-per-view, and it was a bit of a snooze fest. I enjoyed the Strickland fight, but I like Strickland quite a bit, and I hate Costa. So seeing Strickland beat up Costa for 5 rounds was...
Did he do a lot of damage?
Fun. His face is swollen up, but he's not like cut up and bleeding because they never went to the ground. And of course, the last 10 or 20 seconds was when Strickland chose to like start throwing karate kicks and fun stuff. You are right to some extent about Strickland being a boring point fighter often, but it is fun.
And hides behind his jab.
He never walks backwards.
He did. Maybe I'm wrong. Who did he walk backwards against?
He continuously walks forward. That's the problem.
Dukas Dupree. He walked backwards.
Dukas Duplessis.
I read it and I read it poorly. He walked backwards in that fight.
With Costa, he literally never stopped, like constantly. And Costa was kicking his legs real fucking hard. He checked him and was hurting Costa with his checks. It was a fun fight to watch for me as a fan of Strickland and a fan of his style. But when you got to the Islam Makhachev fight versus Dustin Poirier, you got those American hopes and dreams and the fucking Louisiana white dude who, and I just want him to win.
Man.
He's a good man. I got a bottle of his hot sauce. It's tasty. Put it on my chili.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like, come on, man, you can do this. And Islam not only he outstruck him every single round. He cleanly. Poirier never looked like he was in control. Poirier had good takedown defense. He damaged him, but I almost think it was weird. I don't even know how it happened. Maybe those gloves are extra cutty. I keep hearing people say that. I don't know how he cut Islam. He did do damage, but it was always Poirier getting his ass whooped the whole fucking fight. He got scooped one in the first round and dropped on his ass. And there's like 3 minutes to go. It's like, oh my God, is it going to end right here? Is it already over? And when he finally got him in the blood choke in the 5th round, it was like, they were like, oh, that looks kind of tight. And I was like, what do you mean kind of tight? It looks like he's trapped under a Volkswagen. Like his head is like contorted way off to the left and turning purple. And it's like, it's over. It's already over. Like you could see the writing on the wall immediately.
Poirier is one of my favorite fighters. I hate that people say he was never champ because I count interim champ, but I'm in like the 3% of people that do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he retired too. I think
No, he didn't retire. He says, I don't know what's next.
Okay.
we'll see where he goes. He should retire. It's kind of over. He's not going to climb the ladder again to the top. You got people like Oliveira who are trying to do just that. It was a shitty card. I'm glad we didn't pay for it. But that last fight, it hurts to see those people win. I hate them so much.
The Dagestans,
but they're the best. They're the best. Their fighting style is
like
supreme.
Okay, there are things about them that I surely wouldn't like. They're probably racist, sexist, homophobe, this, that, or the other.
Let's go.
Terrorist
train in, a little terrorism was spicy. But they train incredibly hard, and they live this like fucking Buddhist lifestyle nearly. Maybe I'm using the term wrong. Like
anybody who chooses to have that Ali guy as their representation is a piece of shit, in my opinion. That guy who's on all those watch lists and had all those passports on him during 9/11. Like fuck that. Like I don't like that a bit.
You always know more about this than I do. So I'm like, really?
He's an FBI informant. He was stopped on a flight.
Wait, is that a bad thing?
That's how he stayed. That's why he's not a prisoner right now, because he told on the other terrorists. He knew of enough.
He's a
terrorists.
hero. You're saying
he's a terrorist who ratted on the other terrorists, and he knew enough of them to keep himself out of prison, even though he's flying with a bunch of fake passports on 9/11. No, fuck that guy. That guy's
you're probably right. Every time we have this conversation, I'm like, damn, Kyle knows like 50 times more than me.
Conor McGregor, like that was the Conor press conference. Instead of being like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, you're gonna take a beating. He goes, on January 7th, on September the 11th, 2001. You want to know where Ali was? Well, I know, because here's his FBI file, and he starts fucking flipping through this motherfucker and talking about where he was and how many passports he had and who he ratted out.
Old Conor was great.
It just vicious, and he meant it. That you could tell that there wasn't as much. Part of it was being a showman, but also he hated Khabib so much. He clearly hated him in a different kind of way. Oh, this is good. 2002, he was imprisoned in Colorado on charges of document forgery. While in jail, he was recruited. It's pretty long. I don't want to read it. Okay, I lost enthusiasm quickly. I was like, oh, he had another paragraph. I'm out.
It's a problem because people don't know there's a chat next to our windows where we look at each other, and your sentences can only be so long, so they're all getting cut off. And
says he was recruited by the NYPD's Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence, David Cohen, to work undercover with a Virginia-based arm of a group called the Muslims of America. This is a thing, Muslims of America. He was one of Cohen's highest paid informants of all time, earning hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That means he's the best.
He's the best informant ever. Wow. Confidential informant 184. He was issued a green card as a result.
Yeah, the far and away the gayest sport, MMA. And that's fine. But
it's not the gay dude. You wrestled in high school. You wore that fucking gayatard.
You wore a singlet.
No, I never did.
You didn't wear the singlet?
No, I wrestled in middle school, and we just wore shorts and a t-shirt. In high school, people did singlets, but by that point, I was only playing hockey.
Taylor, I think they should switch to that. I know that you don't want to give grips to your opponent like board shorts have.
Yeah.
But I think that if guys wrestled in either board shorts, no shirt, which seems gayer, but it's not to me. The singlet is the gayest. Or board shorts and the rash guard. Like, wrestling could be more popular. That singlet is repellent.
You're 100% correct. Like, even the people on the varsity wrestling team, it would be like, hey, you gonna go out there and wrestle another guy in a singlet today, and then have to take a really thorough shower because you're rubbing so close and aggressively with people that you spread staph infections? Like, not really. They would benefit from shorts and a t-shirt.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention. I forgot. Like, Islam beat Dustin with a staph infection, and for those of you who don't know, that's like the antibiotics that you have to go on for the staph infection weaken you, like physically, like they're draining to your body and your metabolism. So it's a real like if your fighter lost and he had a staph infection, you're like, yeah, but he had a staph infection. Hey, he showed up hurt and he gave us a show. Like it's your way of like really, and like most people be like, oh, he had staph. I didn't know. He won the fucking fight with staph. It was the worst version of him and the best version of the other guy, presumably. I know Dustin said Dustin said he couldn't train because he had a rib injury or something. But Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I hate them, Woody. I hate them. I like American. I'm
Muslim,
not one.
Dagestanis.
It's everything about them. Like every attribute that they possess, I despise.
You don't like the facial hair.
I despise that Amish fucking facial hair. I hate it. It's the thing I hate the most.
You don't think it's appropriate to cover your wife with a burqa? Come on.
I think they're our enemy by like three different ways.
Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here.
Most of them can't get fucking visas to come over here, the pieces of shit. I hate that they're all sitting in that goddamn hot tub together with their matching haircuts. And I hate that they're so fucking good that they've dominated that sport. And they're going to continue to because they're so fucking poor.
When you watch them interact with Daniel Cormier, they don't like grow on you a little bit. Like they go
Daniel
back and
Cormier
forth.
is a fucking traitor. Daniel Cormier, like if I was Donald Trump, would be like, Joe, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Daniel, they say I'm close with the Russians. Oh, what are you, a commie? You fuck. Isn't Cormier from Louisiana? Like
it sounds right.
That guy sucks so much Dagestani.
Dude, if Putin wanted to pay me $10 million to do a dance for him, I'd do it.
Okay, maybe if Putin wanted to like rub elbows with you, you could see taking some money in a fucking yacht or something with the fucking president of Russia. That's not what I'm talking about. He's rubbing up with the fighters. It's Khabib and fucking Islam. Like Daniel Cormier is always just like he's got this man crush on him. He flies over there. His children train with them. They're always rubbing each other and wrestling.
That's what wrestling is.
Dustin Poirier is from Louisiana. No, why is he wrestling with them? Why is he their best fucking buddy?
They're the best.
They're so cutesy together.
I mean, why? Because he trained with Khabib for like 10 years. And
why?
These are Khabib's guys.
Because he's the best in the world, right?
It was Khabib, Luke Rockhold, and DC.
Yeah, but now he is an employee of the UFC in a different capacity. Now he's the guy who interviews the fighters. And when I see him interview a Dagestani fighter, it's like it's his brother-in-law or something. Yeah. They're literally having like powwow time. Then here comes not only his countryman, but his I don't know what you call it, statesman. They're both from Louisiana. Dustin's like, he's like, what's with you and the Dagestanis? You got one of them silly hats in your closet or something? He's like, yeah, I don't like that. It rubs me the wrong way. And they're like, yeah, we're just funny. We're just kidding around. But I'm like, yeah, I feel the same fucking way. This guy's a fucking traitor. I don't like Russians.
I could not give a shit less about where MMA guys want to hang out and if they like hanging out with apparently the best wrestlers in the world.
You're not a stats and stories guy.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's not there. He's not there because he's like, we're here to study the best wrestlers in the world. He's there with his boyfriend, fucking chilling with his friends. He's not.
Well, you didn't tell me he was gay.
He's known these people for 10 years. They trained together before they were famous. Like this guy, Islam Makhachev, like he's known DC for a decade.
So they're just friends.
Train.
Yeah.
And partner.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about the interview process.
This guy helped him prepare for his fights.
I all my fighters lost. Like none of my fighters are champions anymore. And then after this last weekend, it was kind of sad again. I got nobody to root for. It's real sad times.
Damn shame.
Yeah, you're right. It's a low moment. Anyone on the rise that you like?
In like all of sports? I don't even think so.
You know what bugs me a little bit? John Jones got hurt. All right, so that's one thing. But he's being a bitch about his next opponent.
No, he's wanting to go by the contract he signed that allows him to fight Stipe Miocic at a pay-per-view. And a fight that he knows he can win. He's got his career planned out, but some injuries have postponed things. And people are like, you're not really a good fighter because you won't fight the best fighter in the world right now. It's like, I've already got a fight scheduled with this guy for my legacy. This is
so
his last.
I didn't know about the contract he signed, so maybe I don't know everything.
Well, he wants to fight.
You should be John Jones's lawyer. You're a great.
Yeah. No, Kyle's leaving out a lot of key stuff. John Jones is the
important
champion.
too.
He's his lawyer.
And then he's the champion. And when you're the champ, and there's an interim champ was created because Jones got hurt, and they're like, well, we're not gonna have the belt idle for this long, so we're gonna take the next two best guys, have them fight each other. And historically, they're guaranteed a shot against I'll call him the actual champ. So the interim champ,
unless you're Tony Ferguson,
you get more money and you get a little more fame, and they promote the fights off of you. And the other thing you get is sort of a guaranteed shot against the champ who's out for whatever reason. And John Jones is dodging this guy. He wants to fight Stipe Miocic, who hasn't fought in like 4 years. I'm making that up, but it's not far off. And he's like 40 something years old. Jones is clearly cherry picking a weaker opponent because he's afraid of the interim champ.
That's Jones' entire thing, right? Running from fights and poking eyes, right? That's his entire career. I mean, he is a really good fighter,
the greatest of all time.
Yeah, at those things.
Did you guys hear this? You guys know this with this MMA YouTuber who posted a video about how he thinks John Jones is gay? Have you guys seen this?
Yeah.
No.
I know, that's what's that guy's name? It's
like MMA Guru or something like
MMA
that.
Guru. Yeah. So MMA Guru is like the underground fight fans MMA YouTuber guy. He's getting a lot more prevalence. It was funny. They thought he was fat for the longest time, like obese, because he just sort of shows his face.
I thought he was fat right now.
He's got a big bushy beard and a lot of hair. And then he went to Dricus Duplessis' camp, like to his gym, and they're standing next to each other in full frame. And it's like, not only is he, I mean, he's a big dude, but like not only is he not fat, he's like 6'4", maybe, like super big dude. He started a rumor, basically. Just like Meredith's got a tampon stuck in her pussy, he was like, I think a guy who hits women might be a little gay. I think maybe John's got some sort of repressed homosexuality. Maybe it's not even all that suppressed. And like sort of like cooks and this tongue-in-cheek sort of conspiracy theory, wink, wink, nod, nod. And it's like they picked on Jones enough on Twitter that Jones is like trying to change the conversation. It clearly was getting to him because he's like, it's crazy how you can just have a platform on the internet, say whatever you want to say about the greatest of all time, and nobody can do anything about it. I guess people just go along with it. It's clearly he's talking about how this dude's calling him gay and it's bothering. Yeah, it was a good win for MMA Guru. I like seeing him getting more like mainstream stuff and more buzz. He's really good at his job, very knowledgeable. Like he knows the card up from top to bottom, and that certainly ain't me. I know the main card usually, and maybe not even all the fights on it.
There's a video he has of John Jones at like a club in LA, and I'm pretty sure it's John Jones, but he's there and he's talking in a very lispy voice. He's like, I just love the guys in LA so much. And the guy's like, no, I'm not saying it's wrong to be gay, but he might be fucking gay.
So in that video, I think that's the video maybe where he's at the comedy club.
Yeah, Def Noodles Comedy Club.
He's drunk. John Jones is a piece of shit. This is how much
when he's drunk, the gay comes out.
He's heckling a comedian while drunk. And he's talking like this because he's so drunk, but he's a piece of shit. He really is. Like that really bothered me. The heckling of a comedian, and the comedian's like, "Oh, what do you do, John?" It's I like watching him fight though, and I do think I think Islam's past him though. Like I said earlier, I think Islam's the new GOAT, the greatest of all time for sure. Like he lost one fight ever. He's defended that belt so many times. He's only got one PED violation, and Jones has it.
He's got Jones on that.
Yeah, he never assaulted a pregnant lady, so I'm gonna stick with him. Piece of shit.
In fairness, that was a vehicular assault.
Yeah, he also beat his wife though.
Yeah, was she pregnant
or whatever? No,
loophole there.
The child was there though. Maybe it was pretty rough.
Yeah,
he's
way less bad than the gay thing, in my opinion, but still.
Agreed.
Well, I need to know what the wife did.
And how gay he was being. Like, what's this dude look like?
I mean, she is a woman, so just start there and work backwards, I guess.
She's probably annoying.
She's probably nagging him.
Yeah.